Welcome back, Galactica builders. Okay, so this is all the parts that are printed out on the 3D printer, printed with a Formlabs Form 3 printer. So they're very good, very accurate, nice high detail. I'm not going to make this video too long. I just want to quickly show what will be printed. Obviously all the small bits that I think cannot be cast in resin. So some of the armor plating, the armor parts, some of them are very small, so I decided to make them printed, like some of the pod parts. Okay, there's a couple of others over here, I'm not sure where they go. There is an image, all the renders that you get with the model. The image that you get, or the print you'll get, shows where all the armor plating goes. Okay, they are numbered for the larger ones, with engravings on the bottom. But when I get to the armor plating placement, I will show this again. But as for all the printed parts, you get a render like this. It'll show where all the parts go. Okay, like the front nose section, all the little blue parts. There is a thing over here that says, or the little red spots are the red gun locations. They're part of the kit, just to show where they go. And then the blues are printed and cast parts placements. And then the metal wire is a yellow. So on the bottom there's a couple of areas where metal wire, which you'll get in the box. As you'll see, I think it might be 0.5mm. And then all these blue sections is on the bottom, is printed out parts. So I'll just go over quickly how they look. So okay, the first ones I'm going to show are the pod museum windows, and they come very easily off the I'll ship them with the grow stalks on them, and they've been taken off, no sanding needed. Well, not that I can see. I've taken one off. They're very delicate, so they're very sharp clippers to clip them off. Okay, so I'll just start with the nose quick. You see all these little areas with the satellite dishes, etc. I think it's focusing. There's a couple of them. This is the main part that goes in the front. So if you take your nose section, okay, there are two holes. They need to be just sized, and this goes into it. Okay, then you get your other things that go on your nose main antenna. Like I said, this part will get a bunch of antenna, which I'll do in the next video. Okay, so you got your lower wiring on the nose. At the bottom there's quite a big one, that's this one. It goes between the armor plating. Okay, and then you get armor plating over the top, and this all gets glued in. Okay. They're sticking with well, front to back. I mean, I'm not going to go over every single thing, but you will need to look at these with a magnifying glass. So there's quite a few that go on the bottom. You'll have to look at the pictures. There's piping. They're very, very tiny. Okay. This is for the front of the pods, front and rear, left and right. Okay, this is pod armor. It's got a lot of detail on the front, that's why I decided to print it out. So don't sand the front of it down, you sand the detail away, just the back area. Okay, some more dishes. You can see very small. Okay, I think it's focusing. Piping for the bottom, and you see if I move towards the back end, these little bunny ears. Okay, they go into the rear end. This part. starting on this part from the rear end. Okay, there's one that's different. It's got like an angle on the bottom that goes in the first one, and then the rest. And you'll see this piece, which is a cast part, goes in underneath the rear engine. Okay, and then these bunny ears fit on top of these cylinders. And as you move back, you'll get your sublight piping, as I call it, and that goes in over there. And this part covers up the screw holes. Looks like a U. Closes that up. And then the main thing which you can see, or let's be very prominent, is your guns, large guns. Okay, you might need to cut this the support slightly lower, and then use a Dremel and make the holes larger. Okay, I recommend don't put them in so they fit in tightly, especially on the bottom. So you can take them out if you're going to transport your model, if you're going to handle it or do lighting or upgrades, so you don't break them. And then some more armor for the pods, for the front section. Okay, some of these I'll take off their grow stalks, some I will leave on to keep it safer. Okay, so one more is these little, it looks like a hammer. Not focusing too well. Nevertheless, they go in. You'll see they are on the picture, but they are between the side and the lower engines. There's 4 of them on each side. Okay, that's why I recommend putting these on permanently when you put those on, so you don't break them. Okay, so you can glue this on or screw it on and leave it on. What else? Okay, there's this part that's made to cover the rear end where the plate goes in, where this plate goes into the back. Okay, so it covers up the screw. Okay, I think that's it. Oh yeah, okay, so these, I should show these two triangular shaped ones. Okay, they go on the front of the top engines in this area, and one on each side. Okay, so I think that's it. There are a couple of other parts on the armor plating that's not here, they're in the packets at the moment, but they will be printed as well, because they're very tiny. So use the images, and the renders that I'll have on the box account, and use these guides. You'll see all the things are all color coded. There's also a wire that goes in the back section above these, like hammer ports. Okay, and this actually has a wire diagram. Let's show you where all the little holes are. Okay, and that's the rear end. Okay, but if you're not sure, you can still contact me anytime. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can regarding where everything goes, but I think it's quite self-explanatory, and the images that I do put on, I think, are pretty clear, but I can do renders if you want extra renders for certain areas. Okay, so next one's going to be, when I come back, I'll have this done with all the wires in it, and I will then decide if it's a 0.5 or 1mm, but I'm thinking 0.5 would be more realistic. I'll use the smallest, I think I have a 0.8mm drill bit. I don't have smaller with me, and then I'll glue it in and then paint it afterwards. Okay, so till the next one. Thanks. Cheers.